Kuhlile nebenkosi lenhle kuhlile nebengwazi asenivusele siphinde sinemukele lihlelweni lapho sesikhona people and places indzawo lesikuyo ke lamhlabangwane sikalozitha kanti ke umuntu lesinayo nebenkosi lenhle umuntu ohlonipheke kakhulu esiveni seMaswati ngiyapha labe 80 Dlamini sicela ubavusele emakhaya Nkosi.
Siyanivusela nini bekunene nonke emakhaya.
Nkosi sibonile Nkosi makuvikile liphelile ebekubhalwe incwadi ngawe Nkosi kuchaza umlando ngicela Dlamini siphinde sibuyele siyibuyekete lendzaba sibuke ukuthi bamama mali ngathi ithini teka idiphi indzaba ngawe vele umntana Nkosi usukaphi Nkosi uhlezaphi
incwadi Mamba ikhuluma ngamlando wami Esithemba Dlamini ngiwokleza engcoseni wengimankayane ngokleza lapho ke ngiyatalwa nga1950 ngiya sikolweni Qhawe ngiyasiqeda isikolo ngitaka Mamba lapha national ngiyasiqeda isikolo ngiyaka manje eSalesian.
Nkosi kusho ukuthi Nkosi ekufunzani kwakho sokuqhubeka uyaphike naso usuka lapho next nje mhlambe ekhaya Dlamini kunene kwakusimo lesinjani
ekhaya kwangasiso simo lengazuthi sasikahle ngelwimi lalamuhla kuthi sasingasiso lekahle kodwa ke sine salubeketela sasingatike nalokuthi lesimo asisiko lesikahle saqhubeka nje sacabanga ukuthi impilo injalo noma babona labanye ukuthi baphila kahle sasingasilo lesikahle for instance nangi esikolweni nje ngangasiye nemuntu lo faka netikathulu ngikhuluma ngale impilo yakatheni sasihamba nje nesiphatha kwesinye isikhathi sigeze endleleni ngaloko ukuthi sibuya kubodibhi phela noma kunjani sihambe noma ufunza ke esikolweni wawubona lokho ukuthi na ufika esikolweni uthi ungithemba bathi bona khona igama leli singakunika lona so udaba Absalom ngalithola lapho ke lelo gama la Absalom ngashishimba nalo ke antimuhla sangaba ke Absalom Themba Dlamini lempilo ke njengalo ngisho nje iqala esikolweni lapho kwanza ukuthi esikolweni uyakabili noma kathathu ngeliviki lamanye amalanga kwelusathi inkomo kepha ke nakuthi exam uNkulunkulu amuhle ngangishaya number 1 hayi ukuthi number 2 nangihambe ngafika ngashaya number 2 angikhulumi ke number 3 mina ke hawo kwakufana nokuthi ngifeyilile kodwa ke bengijabula nje ukuthi ngiyaqhubeka sahamba ke kwasi ke nga1967 sabhala exam saphasa sasesita Mamba lapha ngisheya nakhona kwakumnanzi kunjeya uNkulunkulu amuhle ngangivele ngingishemeni wetintfo letinyende chairman of the cultural activities. Ebholeni ngingikapteni ngoba ngilikhaba steering. Sahamba ke sacetha ke nalapho. Saya kaManzini region. Kwaba ngonywana ke nasesiya kaManzini. Ngabe sengithola ibasari yase Ephesus. Kwaba ngiyona ke form 4 na form 5. Lo wena sicetha lapho ke sitawuya ke e-university in 1972. Sifundza sina prime minister classmate prime minister ke yebo yena bekulelinye class registering for PCOM. Satkala senda diploma in business studies. Sase senda ke le diploma. Kwahamba ke sahamba ke sa e-university. La sa pasa khona nga graduate in 1978. Ngahamba ngasebenza. Eventually nangisebenta ngabona ukuthi I am short. Ngase ngihamba ngiyonde MBA e-University of Nairobi. Ligama lencwadzi liqhamuka ke ngithi mina ikakhulu nangibonwa umfundisi McDonald nakathi yena Dlamini ngicela ukubhala ibiography yakho. Ngisike mina ho uwakuphi wena uthi ufuna ukubhala ibiography yami? Hayi vele nje ngibe nema mixed feelings. Sikhulumeke naye ke awu bese ngiba nayo ke le interest. I-interest iqhamuka la kuthi ngalendlela lengakhula ngayo kungaba kuhle ukusherishe lokho nalabanye abantu kakhulu upcoming students. Kuthi akusho ukuthi kufuna kube injinga lenjani kuya esikolweni. Ungastrugglisha nje into lemqoka ingqondo. Sigcina simvumela ke McDonald angibhalele athi ngamaya sesimnikela ithuba. Sihlangana phi naye ke sihlangana eSt Marks. eSt Marks kune fundraising yase Assemblies of God. Yenziwa ngimi. Angiboni phela ngimathi nakumathi mina sisakahlangana. Hayi ke siyente ke fundraising ngithi ke nasengisukuma nje sengifundraise mbamba ngithi bekunene. Inenga kakhulu imali lela eholeni. Ngicela ukuthi nibuyise tindeshi imigezelo nemasaka ngoba ngeke inele. Uthi ke nakasho ke ngommangalisa kuba nefaith lengaka ukuthi ngithi ndawu raise imali nqumbi. Bese kuthi ke emva kwalowo ke after ngathi isikhathi esingakanani bese uyeda ke ukuthi hayibo ngicela ukubhala ibiography yakho. Sayireza yona imali kakhulu i-Assemblies of God yakha naye ibuilding lebhekele according to bona nje angade azange sengene kodwa ke bebasite ligama lami batalibhala lapha ngamsebenzi lengabendela bona. Sengisho ukuthi ke dinengenzaba lengati khuluma ngiyazuba bantu ke bathathwe nangiloko ukuthi ngithi azange sengi apply wamangala abantu ukuthi ke usebenza njani labanye bengaze bathi bebakufeva labo tishela noma ke bebakufeva lemisebentini angadi lutho mina ngithi lapha nje e-university baqashi ke bayabhala babhalela i-university bacela ukuthi sicela abantu lestabaqashi one of the names lela hamba ke ngilela mntana waqashwa i-provident fund lokuhle ke mamba ke bantu labangeke bakholwa angamne sengibe junior ngaqashwa nje as a manager straight manje ke lokho ke e-provident fund nje ngaqashwa as a senior accountant bayamangala ke bantu ke ukuthi ke hawu lona kusho ukuthi bebamthanzi kude mamba bengithazi nangisuke e-provident fund ngahamba ngaya e-central bank nabo bayangiscout bayangrecruiter nje impela ngiyabona bebavile ukuthi kunesihlabane lesilapha ngihambe ngijoyine ke Central Bank as assistant manager internal audit ngisebenzeke nako sengiyahamba nami sengibona ukuthi sale ngiyofunza ngiye Nairobi University of Nairobi meanwhile ngiyapromothwa ngala ngisesekhona ngisangahamba bang full manager hayi ke ngihambe ke ngiye Nairobi ke ngithole MBA ngibuye nayo sengiyabona ukuthi cha sengivele sengisimile ke nyalo kuhambe ke ngibone ukuthi ayikhona kuna SIDC lapha kwakunemlumbe bebathi nguSteve Porter angisome ke lo mlumbe ngigcine ngihambe ngiqashiwe athi ke i-appointment yami njengangu assistant investment supervision cha sebenzele kumnandi impela quite diversify ingqondo yami kwasuka ke lapho ke bakangwane umlisi waso uyangaphointa sengidanako gadibiyo kanzi ungaphointa nje so uyangaphabesa ngaphointile kuba lilunga board member so uyangaphointa so ngithatha khona la gadibiyo lokuba board member sengita la as chief executive ngathi ke angadi ke ukuthi utawufuna lokunye ngithini yebo ke umlisi wabo seyangithatha ke nala sengiyaba ngu prime minister for 5 years 2003 to 2008 sengiya buya futhi yangaphointa umlisa sengiba ngila njengalo ngilapha nje lamuhla lengifuna ke kukusherisha nesive semaswati ikakhulu labasha indaba yokuthi utiphatha njani emhlabeni ligama lakho ungahambe nje ulahaka njengegabha lakhe uhambe uhaka nje no ubotiphatha kahle ngoba ihistory yakho iqala lendasi phasi wenyuka nayo bayakwati bantu ukuthi umbani uwakabani ngoba ihistory yakho igama lakho labalihle lokho sengibhala ke nale ncwadi ke ngicabanga ukuthi labatayifunza isimanga phela lendvo le awuve nje kuthiwa ingami I have become a brand. Hayi ngokuthi bantu bathini sesisho ukuthi ke bantu ikakhulu lala basha babotiphatha kahle futhi ke uma umuntu uyatithoba mama, humble yourself, ungatihlomi nje ebuthini konke nguwe ngusiyazi wena nguwe cha tithobe mama senkulu etengade ukuthi utangidosela ngakuphi kodwa nje ke nginikele synopsis yami. Yes.
Dlamini ngibonga kakhulu Nkosi, empeleni uhamba ngendlela vele lesifisile Nkosi, kepha ke ngicela kubile emva kancane Nkosi, lokuhle kangaka lokwenteka kusho ukuthi kunebatali Nkosi. Isupport yebatali beyinganani kuwe Nkosi?
Beyingulu kakhulu kubo bobabili ngibabe namake. Sifiso sabo lesikhulu ukuthi sonke sifunze siye esikolweni, noma ama means abengavumi kahle kodwa bebawenda, noma kuyoboleka imali noma kuyothengisa inkomo bebawenda lama means ukuthi sihambe siye esikolweni. Ngenhla ke azange sengiba disappoint, isikolo ngangisithanda kakhulu. Ngifunza kwakude phela gesi, sifunza ngelibhaqa, lobhaqa ngeliqhungwa ukhe kona ubekela incombe bohle ufaka la etinfungweni kuvutha ke kusina sekuthiwa phela ufake lokunye. Lokho ke yaba nemphumela ngoba esikolweni besiphasa. Make abethi kude info leyawuthuthukisa bantu labamnyama ngaphandle kwemfundo. Nanyalo ngisho njalo kude info leyawusithuthukisa thine lendlu lemnyama ngaphandle kwemfundo. Noma ungumlimi utawulima kanjani ukuthi imfundo yini lo tawuyati kule tinto tonke lama bomanyolo ngoba ufuna ukwati konke. Mina nje ke bantu ke ngiye ngibakhuthade kakhulu ukuthi ke iagriculture ngiyonalo ngoba nyalo nje ukhanza abantu bade kudle emakhaya. Ngisho ke lokho ukuthi lekithi kwakulinywa lasifundisa kona ke make kupha umuntu lomunye nakaswele bokunzelo lokakatheni ngaloko ukuthi lamasima kithi sola njalo anganga njengalo benjalo ngisho lamuhle kusho ke sesilima sesiyavanga nyalo sesiyathengisa le size is the same sesilima kancane basifundisa phela abantu labadala. Lokuhle ke lokho ukuthi ke labasha ikhona inzaba lekhona la kuthiwa kude umsebenzi. Imsebenzi ikhona lemakhaya. Into lesibulala kwenye ngemande kude emande. Kepha ke ungazamazama once waba nemandi unayo yonke lento. Uhulumende ke siyamdumisa ngoba nyalo nje wakhe madamu. Ngombe madamu la kwa uhulumende. Sithi ke siyabonga kuhulumende liphukuphuku ukuthi kude imisebenzi sitawuthi ukhona umsebenzi utaba khona nanyalo Bantu bangalibalibatisa ngingumlimi mina. Uyathi ke wafika ngisho ekhaya.
Good.
Solo lawo masimu lawo ngiyawalima.
Good.
Kakhulu futhi hayi na kancane. Wena ama vegetables, wena ma crops like tindlubu bomngomeni, tinhlumaya, tonke letinto leti. Nembila ke njenganyalo nje mhla ka 16 March sicala kuvuna la eHlanzeni eDvumba. Sisho ukuthi ke isuka lapho lenzapha. Maka kabe sikhuthalela kakhulu. Wongeke nje uhlale nje esikolweni nje unnecessarily. Sangisho ukuthi ke lencwadi ingiloko.
Nkosi. Nibangakhe ekhaya Nkosi?
Sasing9. Kodwa ke sagcina bahamba labanye sagcina sing 6, 3 girls, 3 boys. Umnakethu ke usanza kuhamba lomzala.
Nkosi. Dlamini kunene ukhulume ukuthi esikoleni nafunza na Prime Minister ngibani Prime Minister?
Sisho nangilokhona lwabe khuluma lapha. Waze bekathi ngeke kubhalelwa. Ngoba betawukhuluma nje. Ngoba satana.
Nkosi. Lamna kunene sengidawubuya ke mhlambe emsebenzini wakho lo bese soba ku lapha ubese ubonakala kakhulu khona yebo sikubonile ka SIDC bawusebenza nakhona kahle kakhulu kepha ke soyangena uba ngidvunankulu yini locanga mhlambe uyendele live na usengidvunankulu
kuye kube ngcono kusho labanye noma bona labantu lo uthi ngidawuthi mina ngibendele naku kulukhuni kepha ke ngasho nje ukuthi into lengathi nangena beyimatima kwakuyi rule of law yayimatima ke leyo kakhulu vele ngoba la ngaphandle nje basomabhizinisi bese baba nenkinga nale kuthi batawukweleta njani basilela abacupha khona bathi hayi nina mos umthetho wanohloniphi ngeke sinikweletise I rule of law ke into lehlonipha emalungelo yawo wonke umuntu akusho ukuthi into yabani ifanele ukuthi iwahloniphe umthetho siwuhloniphe ngileyo nto leyo njena ngoba nawungathi wena umthetho wabobani ngoba nawe uyawuthi khanza ukhona lapha ngikuloku kwakushiwo impunga mabalizandla ukuthi nanishaya lo mthetho lo nibathi ukuthi ngini le ndawo ungena lapha hawo ke ifanele umthetho ukuthi siwuhloniphe kusukela kubantwana bahlonishwe bantwana labadzala bahlonishwe nani nihloniphane no ukuthi ke indvo lemcoka kude ehlisa kude lokuluza komamba na utehlisile kude embeleni uyati promoter uyati upgrade na utehlisa
kuba njani njengokuthi uba prime minister
kulukhuni ngoba tindlebe takho hlala tivulekile funa utilalele tindzaba ngoba wathi kunamhlanje ukuthi kwendeke njani eveni kwendeka into leka lavumisa kushaya enhlitweni hey engabe sekwende njani uyawukhaza abantu ukuthi bayalwa out of nothing so ugwaziwe lomunye so ufeel kushaya la kuwe kuthi hawu nebakithi labanye ukhanze ukuthi nokuhloniphana nje sekubi ngisho ama families kube kuyakushala enhlitweni nakuqabane nje ama families on a serious note uyayiva lento ishaya la ku noma ngiyiphi sector sengisho ukuthi ke akusimalula wena ucabanga ngaso sonke isikhathi ukuthi how can I improve governance the situation like I ngoba ke nale governance is very important sisters esikhuluma nge-family governance because even in families whether ngama family ishaya wena lento lo you like it or not ubekiwe phela ubekwe ingozi yasibamba live so kuthi abakhona abantu obo pheka ukugwazana nje hey naku nje lo kuhluphe hawu lokunyeke uthi uzufunza liphepha ukhanze bakudemelayisa ini kepha ke usale uthi ngenhlitiyo kepha vele sengibani lo uta ucriticize ngoba you are the senior public servant you are supposed to be a servant of the people now lenvole the most important thing to you is delivery of services kubantu eveni nako nje lokho bose ku kuyasihlupha ngoba bantu bafuna nathi indvo nathi they want trust can I trust this person they want delivery of services are the services going to people not when for the trooper prime minister sesisho ukuthi ke hulumende is quite a complex entity noma ungaba ngumuntu lonjani kodwa ke ukhanza kusi letinfo leti kulukhuni mamba kuthi ungasatisfya wonke umuntu labanye baza kudela inkosi yasihlolela kepha na ke lokunye prime minister angakhohlwa thandaza ngoba yonke into iqhamuka kusomandla ngaleyo nto leyo nje yokuthi ke fanele athandaze ngaso sonke isikhathi ngoba letinfo letiqhamuka ledulu ucele emandla ucele iwisdom ucele yonke info lengaba yinhle esiveni usuyende nasengwenyameni imbala
ngiyabonga Dlamini kunene kepha ke mhlambe nje sekubuya kunduna kulokhona nyalo niyakhona ukuqoqa nekushana ligwayi nalabanye abake baba khona ngaphambilini ukuthi lapha bengikubamba kanje lapha bengikubamba kanje
cha siyakhona vele mamba kakhulu siyahlangana nje nalo prime minister lo ngiye ngihambe nje ngumvakashela ngenhlanhla ke tandla takhe tuvulekile sike samvakashela nje impela saqoqa sangisho ukuthi ke ngoba ukhona nemntwana kosimabandla usekhona kepha ke lokumgcoka tandla prime minister nethi ngakavuleki kutaba nenkingi but lo divulekile
yeah of course Dlamini ndawucela kancane nje sengijike emakethe sidabuya masinyane benkosi lento esehlweni lapha sikhona people and places ake sisigciye emakethe siyabuya
ubalulekile Yemamba umsebenzi wemaganu ingileminye imisebenzi lemqoka kule live sive siyabuthana sijabule kugidwe nalabangati kugidza kodwa ngalelo langa bayawufunza kulabanye bagidze.
Part of the Tibiya slogan, which says, "A nation in progress," is the fullest support of our culture and tradition. Tibiya Takangwane is proud to be a part of the Emagano ceremony.
Benkosi lenhle sosikhona ehlweni lapha sesikhona people and places ligama lami ngiqhawe mamba kanti ke lamhla sinaye lapha babe Absalom Themba Dlamini benkosi lenhle ngudokotela lengifisa ukutholisisa kabanti lapha sokuchazene benkosi lenhle siligama la Absalom ligama lokukhanya silanikwa esikolweni ngathi bekufuneka vele amagama la kanjalo kepha yena mbamba nguThemba kunengakhulu kasakhulumile bangwane ukhulumele ngencwadi sethemba benibukela siyachubeka bangwane nyalo si la emahhovisi nakatibiyo Dlamini kunene Tibiyo tiyabonakala ukuthi umnengi umsebenzi liwendako kodwa nje ngicela ukuconza ngqo emsebenzini lesitawuconzana nawo kulamalanga lawa umsebenzi wemagano uthatha njani nomsebenzi wemagano Nkosi ubaluleke kangakanani kuwe?
Ubalulekile Yemamba umsebenzi wemagano ingileminye imisebenzi lemqoka kule live sive siyabuthana sijabule kugidwe nalabangati kugidza kodwa ngalelo langa bayawufunza kulabanye bagidze futhi ke lokuba mqoka kwakhona ngithatha ukuthi ne-tourism bete kuhamba la Kangwane siyalimaketha live ukhanza ukuthi noma uya kuphi bantu babuda ngemhlanga ubalulekile thina ke uhlangothi kakhulu olunye la singena khona kubuka kokuthi kudliwani kufuna silondle libutho lihlale lijabulile funa sibondle impela ngoba emagano ba ebeda nawo sineke sipheka lokudla lokumnanzi phela hayi nje kudla nyana sesisho ukuthi ke emagano amqoka nanyalo nje wa looking forward ngoba bantu labanengi sokwaba indzawo nalapho lababonana khona labanye they come from overseas kungiko nje kwasokumosha na indzaba ye-COVID bese kungonyiwe lokuthi kufuna lelanga lemhlanga lingene la calendar so that noma use-America noma use-Australia uta la ngokuthi uyabona ukuthi umhlanga unini ngiloko nje ke
Dlamini Nkosi lokunye elihlangothini sesibuya mhlambe kuwe nje sesiconzana ngqo umlangeni uyanatha yini Nkosi ngoba phakathi kwemagano
awu phela kunatha njengalamagano bantu bangacabanga ukuthi unathela kufa kuthi utawunatha uzowulalela eceleni kwembida uyenda nje uthi grab inkosi isihlala isiyala ukuthi akusho phela ukuthi banisale banatha bafa batsawu ungasathi neligama lakho ukuthi ungubani kodwa nje ungenda ukuthi grab ngoba bathi kuyimpilo kodwa akusimpilo lokudzawa akusiyo nani lokudzawa kodwa nje yenda phela uwenda yende kodwa ke wathi lokho ukuthi buya nganeno ungatsakwa nje ulowanyana isiyale kakhulu kwinkosi
Dlamini usho ukuthi umntana Nkosi uyanatha Nkosi
kusiqapqap
Nkosi siyabona Nkosi leadership yakho siyibonile ichubeka mana sikwati in the background emaswati afuna kwathi uthi umntana Nkosi unelulaka yini Nkosi
kungasho bantu
Nkosi
kodwa ke ngifuna usitindvo tendeke ngeliqiniso ngendlela lengiyo mina ke on a personal basis I subscribe to good corporate governance. I subscribe to King 1, King 2, King 3. Lapho khona kukhulunywa nge-corporate governance. La kule institution yakithi nje. I introduced Audit Committee, RAMCO Remuneration Committee, Investment Committee. Siyaku-emphasize lokho. Ngiyaku-emphasize lokho good governance. Ngoba kundetinfo uthambe kahle in an institution. Kungabi nepotism, a good structure helps the organization grow. But lowo kuthi utawenda kuthi awu bomamba banjani bafana ba prime minister ngathi ba managing director ayike asikufuni lokho sifuna nje ukuthi i-corporate governance we stick to it.
Lamna kunena siyakubona usemabhodini lamanengi and lamanengi ay-influencer i-economy uhendlisha njani lo msebenzi ngoba namhla la kuyasawule kodwa tonke into diphethe dinto lokukhanya ukuthi atiyiphasi futhi dinto letinto atibambela umnotho wenda njani Nkosi
ngile corporate governance lengikhuluma ngayo ngoba if you respect the principles of corporate governance utakwati ukuthi calendar yakho for the year uya kulo mhlangano lo uya kulo mhlangano lo uma ungayi emhlanganweni nje noma yini I delegate I have a general manager who is makhulubas wema operations ngithuma yena noma ke some other manager lengibona ukuthi angahandlisha lapha angiwendi ngedvana mama ngwenda nelibandla ngoba umsebenzi ungeke uwende wedvana impela ngiqinisile you have to have people supporting you and trust them that they will do this. They will feel good about it. Ukuthi babe Dlamini uyasethemba. Sangisho ukuthi ke i-corporate governance ihambisana nabo delegation nakuyo yonke lento leni ukuthi nalo kuthi wena sodwa ubamba nje wonke lama board members kuthi wena ukhona lapha ukhona mina nje ngiyathi ukuthi ikakhulu ngivama kuba kuleti inkampani nje leti ngasithi inkulu kakashukela. I'm a specialist on the sugar matters. So the rest kubo brewery, kubo Royal Swazi Spa, kubo banibani nale kashukela angibi ngedfana khona lomunye lo staff member uyabona hayi usinangete ngaya mina the world has come to an end. No. You are not a good leader. A good leader works with his lieutenants and generals. Nako ke la ngathi kube kahle khona. Vele utawufeyila nathi ubamba lapha, ubambe lapha. Wena so wathi wonke. Ko.
sibonile Nkosi ekhulumende njengoba ushito nje ukuthi kuningi tendile kangaka politiki sibona iconstitution yendeke ngaphasakho kati biyo sabona futhi wakhe i-overhead bridge lapha Nkosi waba ngwayini ukuthi ungaze ungene kulomnye umsebenzi lesicanga uphaselana natibilo ngabe ukuhulumende futhi mingaki leminye imisebenzi loyendile lefana naleyo
Qhawe Mamba, the very first sentence ikhuluma ngokuthi tibiyo shall complement government efforts. Wethu lumsebenzi okusitana nahulumende is like scholarships and bursaries. We can't say it's government work. No. Sisitana nahulumende kungiko ke sakhipha 10 million. Ngaleso sikhathi it was a lot of money. Okwakha le overhead bridge lela. So wakhile ke nayo lamanye ama bridge la khona eveni sengisho nje kuje kuthiwa yini sicango lawo ma bridge lawo. Now nalapho sisita hulumende. Singasithi hulumende sithi sitathini. Ngoba phela siqhamuke emakhaya. Angimodi umuntu lokuqhamuka la emadolobheni. Badali bakho kodwa basekhaya. Lala waqhamuka khona. So ke sicabanga ukuthi lapho hayi ukuthi wahulumende lomsebenzi siyasitana as per our constitution. His Majesty King Sobhuza II himself directed that we should be complementing government efforts.
Dlamini Nkosi sesiya sekuphethe nje Dlamini kunene nasibuka kusukela lamhla kuya embili sibheke inde qhamuka kumlangeni
ukhona ke lo mbuto wakho mina what I wish is that ngisebenze kangcono ingwenyama ijabule sive sijabule ngedelivery yami i-delivery ke isho ema-services la kubantu ngikhuliswe ngawo Yemaswati ngikhuliswe ngiyo ingwenyama. It is time for me kukubisela lokho so that the king is happy nesive sijabule. Ngisho ukuthi ke that is my wish. Ngisebenze kangcono kukhule live tikhule tibiyo ema benefits ahambe aye kubantu. Ngiloko nje lengikufisako kuthi njengoba phela sengikhulele ngaka sengingumuntu lofanele ukuthi akusesingakanani lapho kufanele sisale ngihamba ngekhaya ngiretire. Ufuna ngishiye le legacy. Let's see. Sebentani macha. Sengisho njalo la kule staff sakami la kuthi macha. Sengumtsala mina. But labo lebangacabanga ukuthi khona lebangakopa kimi, this is the time. Because nami akusho ukuthi ngiboshelwe sokufanele usisale nami ngiretire ngilishiye libandla ligijime ke lento lelikwendako ngoba they have learned from me. Ngiko nje ngingakafanele kwafanele ngibe stingy ngenza bekubanika umsebenzi ufuna ukuthi ngibanike umsebenzi. So ke ngiloko ukuthi ke from now yini I want to work harder. Angisho phela ukuthi ngitibulala. But I must work fruitfully Ngathi ngiloko Mamba.
Dlamini kunene mhlambe encwadzini yini engakakubuti yona labo ngafisa ukuyitshela sive Nkosi.
Ngathi kodwa ke sikukhavile lencwadi itanitshela kakhulu ngebuntu asemazulu ubuntu itakutshela ngokuthi help the next person ubomsita lomunye umuntu. iBhayibheli ke ikhuluma ngokuthi do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. Ikhuluma ngokupha. Jesu abekhuluma sesisho ukuthi ke Mamba baningi bani labahluphekako la ngaphandle. Angathi noma ngimi ngedwa yini lengiye ngibabona. Baningi bani labahluphekako. Zama if you are privileged to give to somebody, God will bless you.
Well, during the interview, His Excellency touched on the pioneer of the biography, and that is the man himself right here next to me, that is Pastor MacDonald. Now, Pastor, tell me, what actually prompted you to do such a good job?
Okay, the first time I met Dr. A.T. Dlamini, or should I say the first time I saw him, was I think on the 31st of March or 30th of April, I can't remember, 2014, at St. Mark's High School during the fundraising for Assemblies of God Church, Babani. The way he did it really touched me. He had to carry a big basin and he prophetically said that there is money here and nobody is allowed to go home until this basin is full. And I was actually supposed to give 500 Malangeni, but I ended up emptying my wallet. I gave the 2,000 I have there. And after that I say, who is this man? Mm-hmm. You know, because he was moving from table to table. We have more than 25 tables there. And I was like, I would like to know more about him, who he is. Surprisingly, they told me he was the former prime minister. I said, former prime minister? And he's this humble? So I said, okay, I would like to know. Years passed, I was trying to, you know, Google, to research on my own, trying to get to know about him. After about 2019 or thereabout, I went to him. I went to his house. Actually, and I said to him, sir, I would like to write your biography. He looked at me. He laughed. He said, what do you know about me? I kept quiet. I didn't want to tell him that for more than 4 or 5 years I've been researching. I kept quiet. I left. That day he didn't agree. I wrote a letter. I want to make it official. I wrote a letter to him. And surprisingly and fortunately he responded. He replied and said, you can go ahead. You can come to me, and if there are questions you want to, or some things about me, my speeches. So he was even shocked when I said, no, I have everything. He said, how? Where did you get them from? So I kept quiet. We continued until COVID came, and that was actually what delayed it. Actually, the book was ready by, I think, 2020, summer 2020. We are ready. But because of COVID, we had to delay the publishing and the launch. And on Wednesday, the 23rd of February, which happened to be my birthday, the book was launched. And during the course of a lot of things happened. Former Prime Minister of Great Britain, Tony Blair, was to write the foreword. I met contacts. Baba Eti said no. I contacted former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo. Actually, he wrote the foreword. Baba Eti said no. He said he has and it must be Natikash. That he has already told Natikash about it. Because actually what happened was we were waiting for the foreword from Natikash, and it was taking a very long time. He said, no, we must wait. We waited for months until we got it. So the other two gentlemen, with all due respect, at the time I said to him, okay, can we have 3 forewords in one book? He said, no, it has never been done. It must be one. Natikash is Swazi. He's a friend, a business associate. I told him first, he must be the one. And that is how we got to where we are today.
I see. So what propelled you? Is it the spiritual thing that you have in you, like being a pastor?
You mean to write the
yes,
the biography?
I mean, and all this patience.
Well, like I said earlier, the humility in him, the kind of person, and I saw someone who was dedicated, you know, because at first people did not respond to the donations, but he took up but he was moving from table to table. So I saw the commitment and the humility, being a former prime minister and doing all these things. I said, no, this is what our Lord Jesus Christ taught us. That's the way we should live. Let me get to know more about him. And I was able to travel to 52, should I say, families on pagatis here in this country. I went to a lot of places with my team because of the language barrier, so I have to move with a team to interpret for me. And I visited places I don't think I was even supposed to go to. But I thank God I went to these places because it gave me the opportunity to get to know more about the kingdom of Eswatini. You know, we only see Manzini, Babani, Big Ben, Siteki. But, you know, even in Siteki, there are the interior villages. And that's one of the reasons why we have in the country today, Chief Qhawe Mamba. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, here with me is Chief Ago, and well, I believe everyone knows him. He's the veteran actor in Nigeria, and here he is, and he's part of the crew that was assisting in the writing of Dr. Eti's biography. Now, Chief, here you are in the Kingdom of Eswatini. What brings you here?
I have a very strong friend in a pastor from Nigeria, my region, where we have been interacting. He's a writer, an author. One of his books was launched here. I was penciled for invitation, where these international travel conditions affected it that I could not land here the particular day of the event. I came later, but we are still in the process of carrying out a project which is transforming this country into, in fact, where Nollywood is today in Nigeria, to the extent that every young person, boy or girl, is itching to be part of entertainment through the angle of a drama. That's what we have in mind. You know, our business of movie production can keep many young people busy. You don't need to go to government to kneel down to beg for jobs. You create it. It's dramatized. It is marketed across the globe. The message is passed across the globe.
Now, when we first did the interview, you told me about your history in the area. Now tell us more, tell the viewers what you've just told me.
Okay. Like I pointed out, his journey started professionally 1981. You know, we were under the tutelage of a Nigerian Television Authority until early 90s, when a home movie blossomed in Nigeria. But the organizer of the audition that brought out Living in Bondage, that was pioneered by one proprietor who was selling Yoruba movies, Chief Kenneth Nnebu from Mbidi, Imo State. He wanted this business earnestly. So he felt that he could open up through the angle of a movie in Igbo, which he called Living in Bondage. But he didn't know those who were good enough to act in Igbo. And I was seen as a pivot you can use to organize them, and I organize them. All those who made names in movies in Igbo, I organize them. In Lagos, we had Kenneth Okonkwo there. We had Abegali Molobe there. Later, we started bringing many other people like Zakoji, RMD, became part of it. Sydney Diala. There are many of them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Ngos. Dlamini gwekugcina nje Nkosi mhlambe for the benefit of your visitors here, what word of appreciation would you give to the authors of your book and also those who have already supported you?
I am very grateful. I have no words. Pastor MacDonald, you would think we're born together. You would think we are brothers. But he is a brother. Now, I say thank you very much. I have never thought in my life that I will be given such an opportunity to write my biography. Pastor MacDonald, thank you very much. It's a pleasure. It has given me an opportunity to share my brains, my opportunities, and my history with other people. Thank you.
In this interview, you've touched on a number of issues which have to do with the Bible. Which church do you go to?
Apostolic Faith Mission, Swaziland. It is in Mbabane, this one opposite Togoza, but there is one where I grew up at Ngosen. Pastor, he actually went to where I was baptized by a certain bishop in Nkambule. He's late now. So that is the church which has played a very big role in my life.
So would you suggest that anyone who wants to be as successful as you should go to your church as well?
No, not necessarily. You can go to any church, but if you are a stubborn person, there is only one God.
Yes.
I haven't heard of another Jesus Christ. There's one Jesus Christ. He's the person who is an example to all of us. Jesus Christ was God himself. So if you copy his works, you'll be a successful person. Don't look at the church. The church will not make you to be better than the other church. But you can make yourself better by listening, reading the Bible. Because what does the Bible say? So this is what I can say. The selfless leadership, like the one which Jesus Christ talks about, that is what we need in this world. People say a lot of things, but they never care about a person who is poor, very poor. You wouldn't even stop on the street and say, I give this person this 10 Malangen. No. It's business as usual. You just walk. So I am saying, as to which church you must go to, yes, I know other people, they look at the building. The real church, it is the people inside the church, not the building. Do you understand this?
Dlamini, I do understand.
I happened to be involved in fundraising of many churches in this country without choosing which one. Until my church said, by the way, Dr. Dlamini, you are raising money for many churches, but you are not doing anything for us. And then I said, listen, you have not invited me. I'm not doing this because I come to this church. It's personal. So which church you go to, what is important, Mamba, is the word.
Good.
Listen to the word.
Was just one last question in this English segment of the interview. I heard on the Swati interview you said that it's almost time for your retirement. What if His Majesty reappoints you to be the Prime Minister?
I work at His Majesty's service.
Good.
He can say, go to another country like Madagascar, like he did, to go and mediate. People are fighting there. I went there. Fortunately, eventually we succeeded.
Good.
Because now they've had elections. I work at His Majesty's service. After all, His Majesty, for so many years, I've worked for 31 years with His Majesty, and I am grateful for that. But nothing stops His Majesty to retire me at any time.
And reappoint you as well.
I don't think I will respond to that. I can only say I work at His Majesty's service, and the question is, will I afford to be Prime Minister again?
Good.
Sengumtsala.
Good.
Yes.
Cha siyabonga Dlamini kunene ukuthi usihloniphe nje kuba khona lapha ehlelweni nekusemukela kwakho la kaTibiyo siyathi simsebenzi yakho beyimnengi kakhulu ngabe yayenda lamhla siyathi futhi ukuthi esikhathi esiningi umlangane ukhuluma nebelungu labamhlophe lamhla Nkosi wehlile wabuya wakhuluma nathi simnyama sibancane singaka Dlamini kunene sibonga kakhulu Nkosi ngabe amagama ekuvalelisa Nkosi athini.
Cha siyabonga Mamba sibonga nje lona lelithuba ukuthi usinikele lelithuba. Ngiyethemba lenkushido kukhona labanye labatawu benefita and akusimvama ke thina ukuthi sikhulume nemsakazo nabo TV wagcina nini nje katseni nami ngiyamangala lokuthi usekhona Qhawe siyabonga kakhulu bekunene ukuthi nisineke indlebe siyabonga
Dlamini. Nkosi nebenkosi lenhle sijabule kakhulu ngethemba sinonke nijabulele kuba nathi la. This was an interview with a man who's in the high echelons of state, a man who's very respectable in the kingdom of Eswatini, a man who's been everywhere. He's mediated, he's been the prime minister, is everywhere. That is His Excellency Dr. A.T. Dlamini. Sibonga bangwane sethembe ukuthi ndatbuka inhlelo tethu landzelako nabe uphoqakelene kunene siyaxolisa kakhulu nabe ujabulile sijabule nawe lapha nebenkosi lenhle sibambisene naye lapha Thandeka Mathebula sibambisene lapha Chico wakankhambule kanye naye lapha Cyril wakambhamala igama lami ngiqhawe mamba inhlelo zi people and places besale kahle.
Ubalulekile Yemamba umsebenzi wemaganu ingileminye imisebenzi lemqoka kule live sive siyabuthana sijabule kugidwe nalabangati kugidza kodwa ngalelo langa bayawufunza kulabanye bagidze.
Singitibiyo takangwane satiwa ngekwesekela nekukhutsata imihambo nemasiko. Siyatiqhenya kuba yingcenye yemkhosi webugano.
Ayithi unowabhuza kwezindema sibekela mgungudu weimpondo ziphumule nje lingabe enkomeni zisabani wawulila ngaphesheya kendvulo khombe Yemaswati wawulila ngaphesheya kendvulo khombe abalodolozi siguduza kumnyama kuhlule sigidigidi sakamaphobane Mswati umiphiqile ngisho ngalesikhulu semnyama engani sibashisile abakhwetele indase blowini ngalozithakala nqabani namale mahlele esikhwahlande kamlumbi engani usibonile loso sikhuni uthi sakathi jikijele kangwane samlanzele etinyaweni kwasha iningizimu Afrika yongana kwayikwethuka sigodlo kaZulu kwakhangele mankengane kwakhetha umthandayo kwayikwethuka eMandebele nemaqhusa Mswati usimanga ingani ulidvala libhlophe libusheleleti luna kalisotela nyathela mahalinyane Mswati ungiphiqile ngisho ngale ngoletsheni kababe kangwane kamhlokotla ingani ihlelo lugodvoni tayihleka tinyoni tayihleka netaka mabhela kalanga Mswati usimanga ngisho ngale ngungu lemnyama lembese umdzimba ingani kube embese mina mfokadza nabeke sane mambala ngithukumele Mswati ungiphiqile ingani uthebe lapho sebakuqambele manga msakandzaba wemana ngemambala ngeliqiniso lebe mangalo nabokhokho bakho emandulo naleni live lakho Mswati liyadungutela bona bakangwane sebakubiza bakulayeza ingani live lakho Mswati selingenele mambukane nemahalinyane bathi kuphi emsakandzaba nalla kangwane lemunga kubalela kuthathiwa ngisho esikoleni eNgilandi ingani wofuna lapholizala abantu basemandulo anike khandlela sale nemndikizelela njengenkomisa ohlatshwa ingani seyingene imbubo esigodlweni ludzithini yase yambulala Cleopas ukuthi uthatha temnotho umambala Mswati ungiphiqile umele kufika lapha kalobamba wahoko mathi oshethongana izaba nemagquma ingani waseyingene imbubo yaseyingene ingonyama ethe wena phakathi wena unganga mathapha unganga luthe sebanganga wesilo sikhulu sebanganga wena ukune